What's going on, everybody? I kind of lost track of time, so I'm a few seconds late. My apologies. So, it's Monday night. It's time for another Toypixx live stream, and tonight we're going to be actually talking about my latest BBTS pile of loot haul. I was kind of stoked. I was excited about this stuff. All but two of the things had to do with army building, and I think many of us know army building's where the fun's at when it comes to some big-time, action-packed action figure photography. So I'm pretty excited about that. We're also going to be talking about some 112 scale vehicles that are out there, because the more I'm putting these ideas in my head about how G.I. Joe and Action Force and Monster Force can come together, the more I'm kind of piecing. It's just all kinds of craziness. My brain has me basically running on autopilot for the vehicle thing. And then, of course, whatever you guys want to chat about. I'm sure we have plenty of figures to discuss this fine evening. So, how about this? If you're checking this out on the replay crew, what do you think? What's your favorite vehicle that any of these companies have produced for 112 scale figures in the last year or so? Let's go with that. HasLabs don't count. Now, here we go. Let's get to the chat and see what's going on, shall we? Sci-Fi, what's up, sir? Greetings and toytations, everyone. Check your favorite online and brick-and-mortar stores for all types of early Black Friday sales. And don't forget, Best Buy has action figures, too. They do, and I need to look online, but I have to say, I was at my local Best Buy recently. They have far fewer than they used to. It's kind of sad. Makes me want to, kick things, but, inanimate things. By the way, tonight's live stream brought to us by High Quality H2O. Now, here we go. Sci-Fi, they usually have a fair amount of clearance sale pricing for Marvel Legends and NECA figs. I got the Steeler and Short Fuse 2-pack from Target, $55 minus $10 off. Ooh, toys $40 plus, and 25% off toys for red, I'm guessing red card? Red Circle members. Ooh, sorry, I need to get up on my Target, even though it's basically right next door. And that 55 turned into 35.76 for two new figures. Very nice, Sci-Fi. Well played, sir. I also set my alarm Saturday morning for 9:58 a.m. to catch the Four Horsemen Legendary Barbarian sale. Only 3 per customer for the first 24 hours, and then unlimited after that if any were left. Well, I got one for 50, and within 22 minutes, it was sold out. He just went from legendary to mythical. Sergeant Red's Toys and Collectibles got in 5/7 of the Marvel Legends Executioner Build-A-Figure wave Friday, with Warbow arriving today and Phantom Rider later in the week. I immediately went and got World War II Logan and put the Enchantress on hold. I cut him right out. Whoop. Of the box as soon as I got home, and placed him next to a few Joes and Captain America versus Dr. Caligari and Aerial Assault Trooper. Very nice, sir. Next to the Amphibiana tank. I have to look that up. That's driving me crazy that I can't pronounce the stinking word. And it just looked like magic. The only thing missing was a shot of Hellboy in the background. Fortunately, I have Halloween Boy as a stand-in. More people are showing off videos of Gong Studios' Hush Batman in hand. He currently costs $400 CNY, which is Chinese yuan, which is $70.21 USD. Gong Studios are the same people behind Kingdom Come Shazam, Superman, the Patriot / Captain America, the Soldier / Punisher, National Hero / Standard Superman, same body. Okay, I didn't know they'd done all that. I knew about Superman, like the Kingdom Come one. Whoa. All right, lots of usage. I like it. I've seen the Hush Batman getting shown off. It looks pretty good. Sci-Fi, lots of fun times and guests at the Motor City Comic-Con this weekend, including half the Firefly cast, including Guy Gardner, a.k.a. Nathan Fillion. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend. Yeah, I wasn't either. But that's what video feeds are for. On the subject of vehicles for picks, have I ever mentioned that I recently received both the Hunter and Fizbiana tanks from Ramen Toy plus their Phalanx kits? If not, then allow me to state how fantastically awesome these things are, including the blast effects for the missiles, of which you get 12 missiles for each phalanx with one super long blast effect. Now, if you bought more than one kit, then you can take pics of multiple missiles firing at a target instead of just one. Load up the Fortnite Victory Royale boat that comes with water effects with your nautical crew of Cobra Eels, Legacy Divers, Wetsuit, Torpedoes, Shipwreck, Maritime Troops, etc. with some Fortnite sharks in the background. I got mine at Ollie's, $10 each. Got a nice blue background? Grab your Dragonfly, Rattler, or Skyhawk and fly the friendly or unfriendly skies. You decide. By the way, Ramen Toys showed off their CAG 2.0 cockpit for the McFarlane 89 Batmobile that turns it from a one-seater, no way, into a two-seater so you can actually have a dynamic duo behind the wheel driving around Gotham City. Ramen vans and racers are great for city and racing picks. If you own the orange racer, you gotta have a southern background and a car chase. Same for anyone with a classic black Trans Am with a gold eagle outline on the hood. Old Smokey, gotta get that Bandit. So many options, so much happy snapping. I do like the happy snapping. Tommy, what's up, man? This topic is very welcome. It is. I'm stoked that you're glad about it, man. Good to see you tonight. While we're on the topic of vehicles, let's not forget any four-legged, feathered, or scaled vehicles such as horses, moose, McFarlane Giant Seahorse, tigers, panthers, bears, etc. Also mechs. I didn't think of the animals, actually. Good call, Sci-Fi. Also mechs like the Cobra Snake. Those require a pilot/driver. Iron Man and War Machine are technically mobile armories. Necronominus has a skeleton horse, and that thing's rad. I still own the Toy Biz, fantastic car, Gundam, Voltron, and Transformers, all vehicles, and Photo Fabulous. If someone ever makes a good-looking 6-inch Green Hornet and Kato, I'll put them next to my Ramen Racer and pretend it's the Black Beauty with a nod to Transformers, okay, hold on. I didn't hit the button. Come on now, hit the button. Let's see, Ramen Toys, and to paraphrase Bob Hope, tanks for the memories. Well, that's the bi-weekly rundown for today. Now, back to you, Dave. Saints preserve us, Commissioner. Someone selling cheap and low quality toys and accessories to the masses. You're right, Chief O'Hara. This has the work of the plagiarist and his henchmen, the copycats. But look at these astronomical prices. Egads! Fair. Prices that high can only mean, don't say it, Commissioner. I must. The plagiarist has teamed up with the tariff tyrant. Good Lord. But we're just law enforcement. That's too much for us. I know, Chief, but I know someone who can, let's see. Oh, shoot, I lost who it was. Who can? You mean I do. Toypixx in the esteemed chat. Wherever you are, we need you now more than ever. We're here, baby. Let's have some fun. Thanks as always, Sci-Fi, for the bi-weekly rundown. Always appreciated, sir. Mr. Spencer, hola. Good to see you tonight, John. Ooh, pixelated. Good evening, sir. See, Spaded. Bob is a good song. Fight me. Oh. Okay, hold on. It's been a long time since I've heard Mbop, but I believe whenever I do hear it, the toe starts tapping a little bit. So if that is the definition of a good song, or at the very least a guilty pleasure, I guess I can't fight you. John Spaded, I'll be right there on the hill beside you. I think I have to be too. John Dave chose a topic that I can really speak on with all the vehicles I have. Awesome, John. Can't wait to hear what you got for us. LBZ, what's up, sir? Yo, I don't have any vehicles due to space, but maybe I'll get a couple. Maybe leaning to the Rumbler or the Valaverse SUV. You know, I didn't pull up Mezco only because the only thing they've gotten is they've done that mech suit with the Mork Gomez and the Rumbler. So I didn't pull them up, but if we want to talk about that, we can definitely do so. I did pull up Valaverse. Spaded, man, I want a 112 vehicle so bad, but they're all extremely pricey or require a lot of customization. Yeah, I've got the Musk coming, or the Super Musk, and Beathir, which is going to take up a couple feet. And then I was looking at some of the ramen stuff, so we'll get into that. It's tough, man, because the space kills me. Even though I've got this office, I'm kind of keeping the collection back in this area. And this room's maybe 7 feet wide. This side is all concrete block, so I can't really put shelving up here. This side I could put up shelving, but then what goes back here except vehicles? So I don't know. I got to think about all that stuff myself. Let's see. LBZ, space is a major concern. 3 of mine are currently boxed up. Need to get up more display space, or set up more display space. Yeah, I'm hearing it, John. I get it, man. Paul, what's going on, sir? Good to see you tonight. Toy Odyssey, good to see ya. What's up, Jensen Dave? Not a whole lot. Just drinking some water, hanging with the people. Pixelated, I'm looking for more vehicles. I'm thinking of buying the Vanguard mystery box for $99. It seems like a good deal. I just saw that because as I was prepping for this, I went to the Valaverse site. That's one of the tabs that's pulled up. Yeah, I was kind of surprised by that. LBZ, John, I like the vehicles you do have. Oh, yeah, vehicles is good. Okay, Toy Odyssey was able to score Short Fuse and Steeler 2-pack via Target Act. Picked it up today. Congrats, man. Those are looking like some pretty quality green shirts. Paul, thanks as always for keeping the people involved, sir. Always appreciated. Whee! Without push buttons. Paul's high-five, spade. Woohoo! There you go, John. Thanks to you too, sir. LBZ, sup, John? Oh, man. You guys are on it. You guys have this thing nailed. Much appreciated. All right, Spaded One. Creative Beast Studios has a 112 Sabertooth Tiger in 2 colors on BBTS. There's an optional saddle and armor set for it to make it a mount too, sold separately. Creative Beast Studios. Like I said, I didn't even think of the monsters. I was just thinking of the vehicles. I didn't think of the bear and all that stuff from Mythic Legions. I didn't think of didn't somebody have this massive warthog or something that you could ride on with a bunch of saddles and stuff too? We'll have to look some of that stuff up. A Sabertooth Tiger is a vehicle? I'll allow it sound badass. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds cool to me. Toy Odyssey, I'm thinking that the upcoming Boss Fight Studio Conan might be the best and most articulated Conan figure to date. I haven't really looked at him that much. Maybe I should. John, Pixelated, the Valaverse mystery boxes have been a great value from what I've seen. Ooh. Dang, because I've been thinking about like a Muddy Vanguard or something. Maybe I get the mystery box instead. Spaded, Creative Beast Studios does 1/18 dinosaurs mostly, but for some reason, these are 112. They look really good. You know what? Let's call up. Let me just get that going on the old tabs list here. Okay. Creative Beast Studio, let's say 112. There we go. All right. Now, let's get back to the chat and we'll make sure to come here later. Rick, what's up, sir? Anybody here wealthy enough to be my sugar daddy? Don't know if I can do this for 12 more years. Yeah. Well, I'm working on it, Rick. I'm working on it to help out. Oh, man. LPZZ/UPF and InArt are taking forever to release new product. That's something I saw Displaying Model Behavior. Dave on there had brought that up during one of his live streams. He said these look like incredible figures, but how quick will they be coming out? Are they fast enough to really be contenders, or is everything they're doing going to be kind of one-off type stuff, you know? See, thanks, Paul. John, so my normal Valaverse mystery box came with more Vanguard stickers. I'm thinking about using some on the Rumbler. Nice. Oh, that would be fun. That would be all right. All right, so what do we want to do first? Do we want to see what all I got in the pile of loot? Or do we want to start talking vehicles here, showing that stuff off? Let me know. We'll go from there. Alchemist, what's up, man? Good evening, Dave and chat. I did pre-order the Epic Hacks Conan. You know what? Let's just do this right now. All right, Epic Hacks Conan. Am I missing something here? Have I? Let's see. Epic Hacks Conan. All right. Before we even worry about that, why don't we just go check out the old Epic Hacks Conan? Since a couple of you have brought him up now, and I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to the barbarian. He does look pretty well articulated, that's for sure. And Boss Fight is doing the ball peg waist, and that's always a big deal to me. Oh, wow, he comes with all kinds of stuff. What do we think, gang? I mean, compared to all the other Conans, he does seem to look pretty good. Pretty good. Huh. I'm curious how they get the white backgrounds here, because I've tried white background, like removing a background with Photoshop and with a couple other apps. And it always leaves the background, like where the figure touches the background, it always leaves it a little too pixely instead of a smooth transition. So, not that I do photo stuff, but I'm just curious how they lay some of this stuff out. Like here, this pose is obviously also against a white background. So how'd they remove that? And it's clearly the same. Anyway, we were talking about Conan here. So what's everybody's thoughts on this guy? John, what do you want more, the Vanguard or the Rumbler? Oh, what do you like more? Ooh, that's a good question. And off topic, I saw Predator Badlands and I enjoyed the heck out of it. Nice, John. Man, I'm going to have to see some of this stuff. Epic Hacks. Let's see. Equal. Yeah. I knew that one. But thank you, Toyota. There's so much stuff I don't know. I totally understand coming in here and being like, Dave, here, this is what this one is. Just settle down. You'll be okay. Much appreciated, man. All right, Brick. Hell yeah, John. I had a blast too. I actually like where both the Predator and Alien franchises are going. Dang. Spaded another interesting pick. I saw a video earlier featuring a G.I. Joe classified repaint of a Breyer Horse's bus. You can find it for around $40 and looks like a great base for 112 customs. Man, I know nothing of half of what you said there. Go me. John, pixelated, that's a tough one. The Rumbler is high quality, but you pay for it. And the Vanguard can fit more figures in it. I think when you figure price in, the Vanguard it is. Ooh. See, Toyota C is the only Conan figure with fully functional butterfly joints. Okay. John, that Conan looks good. I'll be keeping an eye on it. Should have some space to make more actual pictures in the spring when we set up the garage. Nice, John. Ooh, that's going to be fun. I mean, not fun. The setup is never fun. Like when I was getting the office ready, it wasn't fun. But then when it was done being ready and I could set stuff up, that's where the fun was, at least for me. Yeah, this does look good. I don't know if I need to be more of a Conan guy, but I will say when it comes to a pop culture shelf, I think Conan does deserve a spot there. So maybe this is the one. Let me see here. I'm going to minimize $65 for this Conan. I don't know what the others have been costing, but for $65, if he's the most articulated one, he might be the way to go. All right, so we got our Conan there. Game on. Let me head back there and close out that tab so I don't get lost. Why don't we now? I'll tell you what, I'll intersperse some of this stuff. Spaded one, the Rumbler is amazing, but I'm after normal looking cars, trucks, and vans. Just more uses for that stuff. Yeah, I get that. Spaded one. I was looking at, what is it? They've got a metallic ramen racer. I can't remember exactly what they called it, but I saw that and I'm like, I'm going to get the Berserker figure. That could maybe double as John Wick. Or, what's the van? The one that's perfect for the Punisher, I think, is the Raider. Like, that looks perfect, especially considering Mofex is going to be releasing a Punisher at some point, considering Rogue was due out in April and she got pushed back to December after being pushed back several months, obviously, already. So we'll see. Maybe Punisher just doesn't show up, or he does when Rogue does. I don't know. John, well, I got Who-Man and 3 other various PlayStation Fantasy style figures last week. So fantasy is on the menu, boys. Very nice. Spaded one, the Ramen Racer and REV are great. REV is also priced right. Ooh. All right. Why don't we do this? Let's start by getting in on some of this that I found earlier. Let's just start on the bottom here. The way that the tab showed up. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Valaverse Vanguard page. You can still pick up ye old Vanguard, which is pretty cool. I've been thinking, if all my battles are happening in the desert, if it's Forgotten King, right? So we click in here. I've been thinking that maybe this is the one to get because it's got all the stuff. It's set up for everything. 10 accessory. This is the accessory set. Sorry. But then you just get the muddy variant. Oh, where did that go? Oh, that's just the accessory. Oh, maybe the tan one doesn't have the muddy variant on here. I'll have to look elsewhere. You can get the turret upgrade. And this is, like everybody says, man, the Vanguard is pretty, it's got a pretty good, ooh, wait a sec, muddy version right there. Duh. Oh, wait, that's the gray one. It's got a pretty good price considering all the things you get. And this is what Pixelated was talking about. And I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know this was a thing until I clicked over onto this page. Over $160 value on the Vanguard Bundle Mystery Box. Each box contains, oh wow, 1 standard Vanguard vehicle, let's see, item with figure, 1 missile launcher add-on, 1 hull accessory set, 1, holy crap, swiveling machine gun turret. The mystery bundle will include a random color Vanguard. Uh-oh, so you might get like the Desert Vanguard and like the gray set or something. It could be a mishmash a little bit, but then you can make adjustments later down the line, I would think. Let's see. Color choices could be tan gray, tan muddy, or let's see, gray muddy, or pink. Really? Very rare. All accessory, let's see, and add-on items colors will match in each box. Oh, never mind. Okay. Chance for an ultra rare pink Vanguard. Each mystery box has a $8 shipping fee, domestic per box ordered. All sales final on mystery box items. Ladies and gentlemen, that sounds to me like if you want to get a Vanguard, you're basically going to get it for $100 here. I would say go to this, go there if you're on the fence. If you've been on the fence about a Vanguard, get over to Valaverse right now and get this mystery bundle. After reading that description, that's not even a hard sell. I might do that here shortly. But yeah, what's everybody thinking when it comes to the Vanguard? Does everybody have one, or is it just me that doesn't? Let's see, Spaded one. John Ramen seems to be killing it with those vehicles. I want to get them, but all my money ends up going to more figures instead. Think of the pictures, Spaded one. The pictures, man. That's why my haul was largely army builders, actually. John Spaded one. I feel you there. Yep. Toy Odyssey. Would be nice to see a VTOL Action Force vehicle. What was the one they were making? It was going to be a vehicle for the swarm that flew. Was it more of a helicopter, like a Fang type thing? Or was it a VTOL? Let's see, John, if I didn't have one, I'd totally get a mystery box. Vanguard doesn't look military enough for me. Easy pass. See, I get that too. But they do kit it out to make it look pretty tough. I don't know. I'll show you, like, what I'm thinking of is far pricier than that. But yeah, we'll see. Let's see, that swarm vehicle was gonna be a VTOL. All right, sweet, there we go. Hopefully, you're gonna get your wish there, Toy Odyssey, and we will see one of those. So that's what we've got on the old Valaverse site. Holy crap, really, guys, get that bundle. If you're on the fence about that, don't get on or don't stay on the fence. Get in there and grab that bundle for yourselves. Now, since we have a break now from the Valaverse stuff, I shall show you. Hang on, let's make a slight adjustment here. I don't know that really adjusted much, but hey, we'll start with, let's see. Tell you what, let's start with this. I got 2 weapons pack kilos from Valaverse, and the reason I did that is now, because I got 2 of these, all of my black and red Praetorians now can have 2 swords and 5 of those shields. Yes, I'm sick like that. This might be overkill, but I'm pretty excited about it. So I've got 4 Praetorians now that are going to be able to be kitted out just like this. And yeah, army building ahoy. Like these are the rough looking dudes. These are the rough and tumble guys for the Toypixx army, as far as, say, they just have that villainous look. So I think those will be part of the villains. And then I also got 2 more of this guy. So now I'll have 3 of these and 4 of those black and red Praetorians. So I've got a pretty good handle on the whole Valaverse army. And to close out what I loaded up on for Valaverse, I got 1 more pack of hands. So the black gloves and the white guy hands and all that, because I plan on getting Colonel Siege still. And these black gloved hands are perfect for the Crimson Shadow Infantry figure that I now have 3 of. So I've got 3 sets, so they can all have all kinds of gloved hands. So yeah, good times there for all that stuff. John, I also have a Fortnite boat for when I open the aquatic figures. Very nice, John. Sci-fi swarm vehicle, the Locust, like the Fang, and a combat raft in the works. I forgot about the raft. Okay, sweet. Thank you, Sci-fi. See, John, and there's a cool raft on Etsy. See, Etsy and eBay, I didn't even think to go to those, but sometimes they have some really crazy stuff. John, I've got a Praetorian Fury I haven't opened yet. Man, I love the Praetorian mold, John. I think you should open it. I think you'll have a blast. Toy Odyssey, I want to see Vala be more bold with colors. Why I haven't jumped in on that line. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons that I kind of liked these Praetorians, actually. I like black and red, and if you really look, I don't know if I'll be able... Ooh, you know what? Oh, no, I don't have any. I have those little lights. I was going to try and show it. Maybe it's got kind of a, like, you think of the shield things around them as kind of red, but they're more of a magenta color, which kind of adds to it a little bit. Same with the sword, like what's supposedly the sharp part of the laser sword there. And yet the color on him, like on the figure itself, is definitely red. So it's kind of a cool little jump all over the place, but I know what you mean. It's why one of my favorite figures for quite a while was Eclipse, is because she had more color to her. But I think Vala has found his audience, which is mostly military. So once in a while, we find these crazy figures, kind of like this Praetorian here, and we go for it. And we hope he does it again, or at least I do. Kind of like, sounds like you do too. John, when we get through the normal vehicles, I can post at least 1 Etsy store with vehicles. Awesome, John. Can't wait. We'll get through there so we can see that. All right, so we've done the Valaverse tour. We looked at the Vanguard craziness, which was craziness. Now, we're going to go to Moto King, which is 1/12 model kit type stuff, but there's quite a bit in stock at BBTS, including this Bat Pod with the tumbler. So if you guys haven't heard us discuss Moto King before, they are a model kit company for sure, but these pieces all come pre-painted. So when you put it together, game on. I believe they're mostly snapped together as well. So there's not as much work as you might think there would be for these things. You're not sitting there loading up on the glue for them. Moto King also made probably what I have heard is about the best bat signals ever. I, of course, missed that, but I'm sure I could find it somewhere. So if you're into the tumbler at all, Moto King seems to have you covered. Now, obviously, a lot of pieces. You do still have to put a lot of stuff together. In fact, just to make sure I'm not talking out of something that's not meant for speaking, let me make sure here. Let's see, fully articulated once complete. Model kit does come pre-painted. 9 batteries required, not included. Instructions may or may not be in English. Pieces to build, tumbler, bat pod, instructions. So I'm trying to see if it tells me if it's a snap together kit. I think the last one, I think it is. I think when we looked at this before, it was. I'm reading, let's see here. Yes, the snap together kit. So there you go. It's pre-painted and it's just snapped together. So you don't need to use glue. All you need to have are some of those snips so you can get the pieces out of here. So if you want to build a tumbler with a bat pod, it's $125 if you need it for your Batman, any of your Batman. And I'm curious about that one because I'm not going to get, we probably won't see an actual Hush Batmobile. I don't know if we'll get a 1989 Batman or Batmobile for 112 scale figures, though the McFarlane one seems to be pretty close, especially with that second CAG set out there. That's kind of cool. So I keep wondering if I should get a Batmobile like that for my Hush Batman. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Look at that. This is in stock again. Dark Knight Batman and Bat Signal Deluxe 112 scale model kit for $52.99. Now, I wouldn't put the Batman together, but I definitely end up with a Bat Signal. So even though that's not a vehicle, I figured I should show that off. Then they've got the Bat Cycle from the Flash as well for $45. And I'm sure it's the same thing. I'm sure it's snapped together, pre-painted, all that good stuff. I like, even though I haven't seen this movie, I like a lot of the Batman vehicles to the point where with my Hush Batman, my Mafex Hush Batman, I could use any of these vehicles with it and it would be awesome. I would be incredibly stoked to have that. And then looks like, oh, look at that. Another Bat Pod, Dark Knight Batman with Bat Pod. So if you don't want the whole tumbler with the Bat Pod, you can instead get a Batman with a Bat Pod for $68 instead of the $125 for the tumbler and the Bat Pod. So I just thought I did want to show this stuff off a little bit. Limited edition model kit. Look at this, pre-order, or you can just get the Bat Pod, it looks like. So yeah, you're pretty set on Bat Pods, at least when it comes to Moto King. And I wanted to make sure that we all saw this stuff. Toy Odyssey. And another huge gripe I have with Action Force is the ridiculous shin cut above the boots. I understand that. I will say on this guy, it hasn't bugged me. But I can see where, well, actually, this one, yeah, it's kind of, I mean, I get what you're saying, but it doesn't break it up that much. Like, I don't know, hold on, since we just got done talking about this, let's close this out here. So I do agree that it is a weird spot for it. If you guys don't know, there's a cut right here. But as you turn it, it doesn't really, like it's not leaving, you know how the waist cuts on a Marvel Legends figure ends up with a flat spot? This isn't really leaving much of a flat spot. Let's see here, if any at all. So I understand being apprehensive about it, but I have to say, it hasn't gotten in my way yet. Like I haven't done anything with it that seems ridiculous or that seems like it doesn't look right. If I did, believe me, I would let you know pretty much ASAP. That's why I got 3 of them though, is because I didn't think it was such a big deal. After I got this one was a gamble because I had that same concern. Spaded one, the Moto King tumbler set was, let's see, $5 cheaper a few weeks ago. Uh-oh, guys. Better get it now. Otherwise, it might be $5 more expensive next month. I don't know. It could get crazy. Spaded one. There's a standalone Batpod kit up for pre-order too for 15. Yep, we just found that. I didn't know that until just now though. How sturdy are the Moto King sets? I don't know. I can't tell you that, Pixelated. I don't have any. But I would love to grab one just to see. I own the Moto King Batpod. Got it for like $15 shipped via AliExpress. Nice. Did it work out, Toy Odyssey? Like, is it pretty good quality? Spaded one. It's a model kit with moving parts. Think Gundam. Not too sturdy. Not a toy. So maybe what we've got with this model kit, even though it's snapped together, maybe we could use a little bit of glue just to make sure it holds together a little bit, at least for the undercarriage, so to speak, the base of the thing. Anton, what's up, sir? The last of the Time Lords is here. I was too busy vanquishing some bad old Alex that were trying to bother Sci-Fi George. I'm going with Daleks. Daleks. That's my final answer. That's right. I know Doctor Who now. I basically know everything about it. That's not true. John, Tumblr does fit with Classified pretty well. I just want to see how the figs fit in. I think somebody was telling me a MothX fig would fit pretty well. I wonder, let me see what I've got here. We've got Snake Eyes. And just for the heck of it, let's grab this Batman as well. See how these guys are looking next to each other. Try and get you a good view at their heights. Batman looks a little taller, but just a little. Like, I know that's kind of hard to tell there. He doesn't look as tall as that. Yeah, right about there is probably pretty close. So I would say if I'm hearing, and it's been a while, so I haven't discussed this with anybody for quite a while, so don't take my word for it entirely. Maybe ask around, but from what I recall, they say the MothX Batman would fit really well, and Snake Eyes is just a touch shorter, but then Snake Eyes is one of the shorter figures in Classified also. So maybe what I should do instead, let's grab Rock and Roll and hold him here. This is what we do, ladies and gentlemen. We investigate. We make sure things work together on these live streams. So here's Rock and Roll with Batman. Okay, Bats is still just a little maybe taller, just a touch. So I would think it would all work. I don't have 100% confirmation just because I don't have any of them. Any of the Moto King stuff. See, John, you'll likely want, you want really good snips for that tumbler or a good hobby knife for cleanup. Oh, that's right. I didn't even think of a hobby knife. I've got good snips, I think. Maybe not. I might have to look if I end up with that tumbler. Spaded one. That tumbler kit got a bump when the in-art Batman dropped. It's the best 112 tumbler available. There you go. Brick. Are these true 112s so much smaller than McFarlane, right? See, I don't know, because McFarlane's are smaller than 1/10. So I'm not sure. From what I understand, they're action figure 112. Like, I don't think any company is staying with true 112. SHF is even smaller than 112, and Marvel Legends are bigger than 112. MothX is even a little bigger than 112. So I think hopefully they're action figure 112. That's all I've got. I generally think most 112 figures are actually taller than 112, with the exception being SHF, which is just a little smaller than 112, even though people consider them true 112. But I'm just saying a lot of fractions at this point. So I don't know, Brick. BBTS has a bunch more vehicles too. This is true. They've got, I'm on a few tabs there. Does anyone make aircraft/helicopters for 112 scale other than Hasbro? Pixelated? I am not sure. Would be nice. Spaded one. Brick. These are basically perfect size for in-art Batman. More like Figuarts 112. Okay. So a little small for MothX then. John, BBTS has one that looks like the Fang from G.I. Joe. Ooh, might have to look for that. Fans Toy. Okay. Clearly, I need to look up Fan Toy stuff. John, and there's a bunch that look like the Skyhawk from various companies. Oh, there's more than the one, huh? Because we found the one. I would recommend Heavy Play. Thank you, Toy Odyssey. We'll check that out. Or you wouldn't recommend Heavy Play. As far as the Tumbler, you mean? Or is that a company I've not heard of? Anton, this is for the chat. Is anyone watching the Ken Burns, The Revolutionary War? I watched the first part. It was really good. You know what? I didn't even know he was doing a Revolutionary War one there, Anton. Let's see. I paint toy soldiers. That works, but they're probably, you're talking the little guys, right? The little metal ones. They might be a little small for the Moto King tumbler. Anton, as do I. Yeah, John does it. Anton, I think that Batman has bigger boots, so that might make him a little taller. Yeah, it could be. Could do it. Uncarded, what's up? Pile of loot, load up the chute. Oh, dear. Anton, poor Duke and Flint get lost in time and end up during the Revolutionary War. Of course, poor Duke doesn't make it back. He gets captured by the Brits, decides that he likes being English. That's basically what happens with Duke. That's just how he rolls. I feel bad about it, actually. All right, let's see. What's the next thing to talk about here? Ooh, let's do this, and then we'll jump in. I had to get a Galvatron. They made 4 or 5 of this mold, but this one was the Studio Series 86, so he was the coloring from the movie, or colorway, as the folks seem to like to say, because repaint is too difficult. But anyway, yeah. This is the Galvatron that I figured I needed for my collection. So guess what that means? Galvatron is checked off the list. I shouldn't need another one. Pretty excited about that. And I'm excited about this Galvatron. He's pretty perfect. The only thing that's wrong is for anybody that has this or anybody that doesn't, any version of these molds have like a matrix chain that goes around his neck, and you plug it into this little hole right here. So let's see, am I on it? Right next to my finger there. Yeah, there we go. You plug it into that little hole, and the chain sits it almost wraps around the middle of his head. So it's really a useless accessory, but it's kind of cool that they included it, even though it's useless. Anywho, that's the only problem with this figure. Everything about him, everything else, I dig. And let's face it, he only had the chain around his neck for maybe, a third of the movie, tops? All right, let's see here. Pixelated is Fans Toys, the company that makes a Skyhawk in white. I think it is. Wow, that's a great improvement over the original Galvatron. He looks like he walked right out of the show. I will keep an eye on him at night. Yeah, I will. Stabby does not like Galvatron. He's angry, but I did convince Stabby that I did pay less than retail for this Galvatron because fortunately BBTS had him on sale. John, Pixelated, I'm not sure in white, but they do make one. It's on TF Source. Okay, Pixelated, Dave, get the Galvatron upgrade kit from BBTS. It's a much better matrix and chain and some other parts. Woo! I might look at that. Is that DNA design, Pixelated? Let's see, Anton, that means you're going to have to get Cyclonus and you're going to have to get Scourge in the sweeps too. It does, and they are on the list, so don't worry. Fortunately, a new Scourge and a new Cyclonus are supposed to come out next year, so all I've really got to bother with right now are maybe 2, maybe 3 of the sweeps, if I'm feeling crazy. All right, so that's that. Let's go to the next spot I've got here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have Ramen Toy stuff. And let me show you the vehicles that I'm looking at, ooh. So in my story that I've got in my head going on right now about Action Force and Monster Force and G.I. Joe all working together, somehow in the desert, I would assume these are the deserts of Egypt or something, because Forgotten King has that pharaoh look. I would think we're riding into battle with vehicles like this. When we've got action figures with chainsaws, we got to have cars that look like they go with chainsaws. So I was looking at this before. When I first saw it, I thought, no way, that's dumb. And now that I've got these ideas going on in my head, I'm looking at that going, yes, way, that's perfect. So obviously at BBTS, it's 340. I found it on, I think Toy Stalker has it for 300 even. Ramen had it on sale for something like 220 or 230. But obviously, when it goes on crazy sale like that, it sells out. But it's just another one of those crazy vehicles that I would think you might want to get something like this if you have specific ideas in mind. But if you want to go a little more general, this isn't exactly the vehicle you want to load up on. But you got to love the ridiculous Mad Maxness of it. Like if Cobra joins up with G.I. Joe and Action Force and Monster Force, right? You can see the dreadnoughts going into battle in this thing, which would be ridiculous. And I would love every second of it. Yeah, I'm a fan. I think this is much cooler now that I'm playing with story ideas in my head than it has any right to be. And then the other one I've been looking at is this guy. This is the one that made the thumbnail, the Metal Black 112 scale vehicle. This one, of course, is 300. You probably can get it on ramen sites or possibly Toy Stalker for less. But, and I'm not sure who else has ramen stuff. If you guys know, let me know. But it's basically just the ramen racer with a slightly different look, I think. But yeah, I don't need it to have all the Ghost Rider flames and all that stuff. I just need it to be cool. And this definitely fits that bill. So talk to me, guys. What are the ramen vehicles you're looking at that you really want to check out? They've got the black van here, but it's sold out. Let me see. Yeah, this is the one that I'm thinking is perfect for the Punisher. It's the Raider. You can still get it in a few places, just not BBTS. But the way they've got it all hooked up like this, and you can take those things off, and it's just a regular black van too. So let me go through, let's find some of those pictures. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just kind of a regular black van look. So this is a nice, more general vehicle that you can use for most anything. So I think that's kind of what Spaded One was talking about is, oh, look, a vehicle that we could get and it could have multiple uses. Okay. Now, before I forget, since Sci-Fi has brought it up a couple times, and don't worry, we'll get back to the chat. Okay, that's the phalanx set. So you did bring that up, Sci-Fi, but what I want to see, this is the one. This is the Amphisbaena. Amphisbaena. Why is this so hard for me, ladies and gentlemen? This thing is sweet, and of course sold out. Ooh, that's got that mean Cobra look for sure. Ooh, complete with like the railgun looking deal. Oh, Sci-Fi, you got a nice vehicle here. All right, let's get back to the chat since I've been just talking like mad right now. Let's see, Pixelated, yes, the Galvatron kit is from DNA. Awesome, Pixelated, thank you. I will check that out. If the chain bugs me that much, I'm not sure. We'll see. What else? Ooh, I'll have to see what else it comes with, too. John, ooh, good call, Dave. The Razor would go great with Dreadnoks. Yeah, at least until we get the inevitable Thunder Machine. Yep. Yeah, that Thunder Machine, when they classify that thing up, is going to be glorious. And Ramen Toy stuff is cheaper on their site, for sure. I should have gone to Ramen's site, actually. John, though that Metal Black is sold out on Ramen's site. Ooh, of course it is. See, Mr. Matza, what's up, nerds? On my way to pick up my 6-inch Skeletron figures. How did I not know they were doing figures? I know about the big, like the red skull looking deal. The Skeletron, I believe. I didn't know they were doing figures. Awesome, man. John, for ramen, I'd love to get the tank or bridge layer, but space. Yeah. Space is the devil. Pixelate, I'm really happy with the Ramen Black Van. It's more versatile than I thought it'd be. That's cool. That's good to hear, Pixelated, because yeah, I've been looking at that a little bit too. Pixelate or John, Pixelated, I like it. It's just a touch small for some figures, just a tiny bit awkward to sit some of them. Are you talking about the van there, John? And if so, which figures are small or which figures are just a touch too big? Like, what have you found? Have you found any figures that work with it perfectly? That, I suppose, is the real question. But yeah, I love the railgun look of this thing. I don't know. I didn't look at it hardly at all when it was first announced. But I'm really liking the effect too. Ooh, of course it's sold out now that I'm seeing it. And here's the good old-fashioned tank. Color that in desert colors, and ladies and gentlemen, we could have a Mauler. Although I don't see how figures go in it. Let's see here. I mean, obviously somebody's got to go up here to man the gun. And then there's got to be somewhere, it's got to be that it opens up same old down here, right? To put figures in. Maybe because this is just, the Hunter is the base, but then you can take this off and make it like the Wolverine or the Bridge Layer, right? Let me see what else we've got. I want to find. So then maybe we can see where, okay, so figures, at least for the Bridge Layer part, go in there. Hull not included. Do you guys know, like I was looking at I don't know if it was a documentary or what, but I'm watching something on YouTube and a real Bridge Layer was there. Like I had no idea that they had made a vehicle based on an actual vehicle when they made the Bridge Layer. Like this thing's real. And I'm just sitting there in awe going, holy crap, they actually did that. Truly, I had no idea. It makes sense that they need one or want to build something like this. But yeah, it was kind of it kind of blew my mind a little bit. Now let's head, I want to see, they didn't just have that, did they? Did they show the Wolverine one? Yeah, here we go. Okay, so I'm thinking, is this the same? This has to be the same base as the tank, right? I'm sure you guys will answer me. That's got Wolverine style written all over it, and that's nice. I think that's pretty sweet. All right, let's head back, find out what's up with the people. What do you got, John? Yes, the van. I haven't had much time to figure out which ones were the issue. I only got a short time to play with it before I moved. Okay, no worries, John. I was just curious because I want my Mofex Punisher to fit if I order that thing. Anton, that is a cool looking tank. You could even put Captain America and his Howling Commandos in it. That's true. Load them up, Mr. Matson. It's the Robo Skull. Skeletron is the brand. That's right. Oh my goodness. I suck. I suck again. And the original pilot. He will also be the last figure finished for the project along with the book. So what's the book? Is it like a history on the making of the Robo Skull? Is it the history of everything from way back, like how it came? I'd be curious about that. Even though I didn't get into any of it, I like learning about kind of the process of all those things. Pixelated John, yes, getting figures in the driver's seat is a real pita. I've used Legends and Bolivar so far, and both get in it, but it takes a bit of doing to get around the steering wheel. Got it, Pixelated. Okay. Thanks for the heads up, sir. Ooh, Killer King, what's going on, man? If you want a Mauler, Rowdy Toys has one for pre-order with a ton of cool features. Rowdy Toys, we have more stuff entering the chat. Very cool, man. Thank you for letting us know. And thanks for stopping in tonight. John, yeah, Chuckles was the one I had some issues with, and it was in the back seat. John, so looking at my pics, my Mofex Terminator looks like he'll fit fine. He's a bit shorter than classified. Okay, okay. Score. All right, hold on. Let me see here because I don't want to miss this. Rowdy Toys Mauler, huh? Let's see if I can find that somewhere. Ah. Oops. Hang on. I'm working on it. Mauler from Rowdy Toys. Oh my, that's just straight up. All right, hang on, guys. I gotta share this with you. I had no idea this was a thing. Where do we got it here? Here we go. Look at that. Classified Mauler. $300 from $50 a month. 0 APR with shop pay. Unleash the ultimate machine. Oh, wow. I love that they straight up just put it together with the classified figures. Is it pretty much a one-up, like a 112 version of the old toy? That's a good looking vehicle. Of course, Flint's there leading the mission. He gets his hands dirty. You know how it is. All right, let's see. Includes the Mauler tow cable, 2 tow hooks, 3-piece toolkit, 1 each of sledgehammer, wrench, and shovel, 8 smoke grenades, blast effects, 1 each for cannon, machine gun, and smoke grenade launcher. Made to fit G.I. Joe classified scale, Valiverse, or other 112 scale figures. No action figures, props, or accessories other than what is listed above is included. Measurements and weights. So let's see. What do we have? Over 2 feet long at 26¼ inches, 10½ inches wide, and 11 inches tall. All right, I know this doesn't matter. I'm clicking weight anyway. Approximately 8 pounds? Holy crap. That's a tank of a tank. Yeah. Dude, thank you for bringing this up. This thing is sweet. I had no idea it existed. All right, let's move it. That white Skyhawk is from Fans Hobby. It's their Arctic version in white and gray camo and sky blue windshield. Same accessories and price as the original. Now, wasn't Fans Hobby, isn't that part of Fans Toys? Or is it a totally separate thing? I'm just not sure. John, Rowdy Toys apparently has a thunder machine. Mr. Stabby is eyeing me now. Yeah. I had not heard of Rowdy Toys. This thing's glorious. Pixelated. I want to put John Wick in the Ramen Inferno for some pics. Oh, that would look good. Oh, the Inferno is the one that's like the Ghost Rider type stuff, right? Or do I need to go find that now? Sci-Fi. There's a Desert Tan version of the Hunter tank. It was a Joe Fest exclusive from Ramen Toys. Nice. Wow, yeah, this thing's sweet. Pixelated, that's amazing. It's just like I remember it. Uncarded, the only thing dirtier than Flint's hands are his knees. Well played, sir. Well played. John, it's not on our topic, but they also sell a hanger for parachute figures. What? Really? Oh, man. How had I not heard of these guys? I blame all of you. I blame all of you for not letting me know that Rowdy Toys was a thing. You know I don't pay attention. John, Fans Hobby is the actual company. I had the name wrong early. Okay. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. Anton, everybody have a great night. Remember, buy more toys, buy more comic books, and always have fun and be safe. Will do, Anton. You too, man. Thanks again for stopping by. Yeah. But yeah, this thing is beautiful. And if you're looking for desert vehicles, it doesn't get much more desert than the Mauler there. Pixelated. Oh, went to TF source. This could get expensive real fast. Yeah, I know. Vehicles are a problem when it comes to space and the monies. Uncarded by Anton. Yeah, I think I better close this window, but then I'm sure I'll be coming back to Rowdy Toys to look at more of this. That is insane. Like that is a straight up recreation. What do we have? 8 o'clock now. Okay. What's left? Tell you what, we've only got a couple more things. One is Cosmos. When he initially came out, I wasn't getting the Transformers stuff. So I've had to rely on a lot of reissues. And ladies and gentlemen, a lot of reissues have come out this year. There's, let's see, Blaster with eject. There's Beachcomber. Perceptor got a slight tweak to him, but he's kind of a reissue. The Dinobots Grimlock was a reissue. Jazz was a reissue. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of reissues this year. I'm looking, Ultra Magnus was a reissue. Tarn was a reissue. Anyway, yeah, reissues. Woohoo. The Transformers team, it seems, was kind of ahead of the curve when it came to that thing that Hasbro's doing with all their stuff right now. Spaded one, I'm not familiar with Transformers. Is that an avocado? It is. And you can see that it is rather, it's got its good for you fats. I believe we're looking at perhaps not so much D3. It's more like, fish oil, maybe sort of. It's good stuff. He's clearly a very robust, healthy Transformer. Let's see now. So, what do we go next? Let's jump here to Classified just because why not? Now, as you can see, they had the Dragonfly, they had the Cobra Ferret, they had the Vamp. The Vamp is the one, man. If they ever re-release this, I'm going to go nuts. I'm going to have to get that. And then they've got Hawk with the heavy artillery deal here with the MMS. I don't know that we really count that as a vehicle so much. We do have the Stinger. I mean, Classified has made some good stuff. I have the Hiss. I love the Hiss. I feel like I should get the Stinger at some point. But I also feel like the Vamp is what's actually necessary. But they did take a lot of pictures to make sure and sell this thing just right. Of course, the figure doesn't have extra hands, so I might have to maybe do something in his wrist so that I can add hands from Valiverse sets. But yeah, I know it's just kind of a repaint of the Vamp, but it's just not as much fun as the Vamp is. I don't think, anyway. So we've got that. I was wondering, did they already sell out of the Awestriker, or was the Awestriker a Pulse exclusive? Because I went with, I went price high to low just so I could find the vehicles. Let me see here. Awestriker does not come up at all, even sold out. So I'm guessing it was some kind of exclusive. Yeah, there's where we're at there. Take me back to G.I. Joe, because G.I. Joe is there. Killer King. Yep, just heard about it myself. They have other vehicles too. The Mauler is a limited pre-order window. Oh, it is pretty, isn't it? Genuinely, that's a great looking vehicle. Oi. John, honestly, the Vamp is cool, but my least favorite. Really, John? Why is that? Brick, great stuff. Gotta run. Be well, folks. You too, Brick. Thanks very much for stopping in this fine evening, man. Awestriker is on Hasbro Pulse. Okay. Got it. Because I knew, at least so far, I haven't seen that it's sold out anywhere. That's how much I'm paying attention to this stuff. I don't even know anymore. I used to be on all that. Hasbro Pulse, where fans come first, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on, I'll make sure and share the screen here. I just want to get to the Awe Striker real quick. Before I do, here we go. All right, let's shut this bad boy down. There we go. There's the Awe Striker. Apparently, the Awe Striker is one of those vehicles that isn't exclusive. And I have to say, one of the things that kind of worries me about classified is that so much of it is exclusive instead of in the stores. Now, we all understand why. There's no media push, so there's no real, like Target and Walmart aren't necessarily incentivized to carry a lot of classified, but so much of it is exclusive that it kind of worries me, because when it's exclusive to online stores, that means that people that walk into Walmart and Target don't see the stuff and they don't notice classified so much. So they don't even know it's out there, which means they're not even aware enough to buy it. So it does make me nervous when so much of it is on things like Pulse and Fan Channel and all that. And I have to say, the Awe Striker isn't one that really, it looks like a fairly basic, I do love this picture. It looks like a fairly basic dune buggy, like a military dune buggy. So it doesn't, what I like about the Vamp is it looks just G.I. Joe. This doesn't look so G.I. Joe. It just looks like a military dune buggy. Anybody else have thoughts on ye ol' Awe Striker? John, Vamp holds the least people, so only so much you can do with it, and some of the accessories are not ideal. I mean, I get the people thing. I did not know about the accessories, though, not being so great. Sci-Fi, Ollie sells 6-inch Fortnite hang gliders for $4. I got several black ones for night missions and a unicorn one for Deadpool. That's perfect, Sci-Fi. Deadpool needs his hang gliders. John, but the price on it when it came out was great. Yeah, when it came out, it was $99, right? Or like $99.99, whatever. Also, the Awe Striker has so many third-party add-ons for it. Yeah, I have noticed some of that. Gridiron was doing a little bit, weren't they? Uncarded, let's see, Hasbro Pods where fans come last, and sometimes not at all. Oh dear. Hate when that happens. Pixelated, we saw the Stinger went on sale at Walmart, so I get why Hasbro doesn't put more vehicles in the stores. I don't know that it's Hasbro's calls as much as it is Walmart's and Target's, though. That's what worries me. John, the Awe Striker looks off to me. I wish it looked more or less like a standard military vehicle. See, I want that G.I. Joe look, or full Delta Force, the Chuck Norris movie. There's something somebody needs to get in on. Let's see. One for 8 Joes on my Vamp. Really? You fit 8 Joes on yours? Mr. Matson, well played. John, and don't forget that Gridiron does have some full vehicles as well. I forgot about that. Good call, John. Sci-Fi Gridiron Studios have their own Mexan vehicles. They're almost as much as a HasLab. Ugh, that scares me. We might go check them out once we get through the rest of these. All right, let's keep going. What do we have here? Oops, we were already here. Let's close that one out. That made that easy. We don't have to look at that tab, guys. We were already there, too. I have not been closing out my tabs as I go. Let's see. Here's this one. Okay. We've got 2 tabs to go. And let's go here, since this is what you guys were bringing up. Cyberzoic Smilodon, Populator. Let's see, tan version, 112 scale, action figure, $73. Ooh. Yeah, that's nice. Holy crap. Oh, that's really nice. Okay, all right, all right. So we got that. Where is, now I kind of want to go find, you said there was a saddle set, right? Oh no. Wait, is this it? Saber Beast, armor unit. Here we go. Here's the accessory set. Holy crap. Okay, so they really, obviously they faded him out so you can see what all shows up for the set. Oh, wow. So what, okay, guys. All right, obviously I'm thinking a line like Mythic Legions. What would you use this figure and this accessory set for? Like, what line do you think it would go really well with? Oh man, you know what's impressive here is how minimal the cuts are. Like, there's not a lot of space where this thing moves. Like, look at the ankles down here. Oh, this thing's cool. For sure. Mr. Matson Ostriker never had any pull for me. You know what pull it did have for me is that it was part of the 1985 crew. And really, when it came to the 25th anniversary, that was what I wanted to finish. I mean, I ended up getting way more than just the 85 guys, but I wanted to get anything from 1985, and I loaded up. But that's the pull it had for me. Now I look at it and I'm like, it's not as G.I. Joe as the Vamp is, for instance, you know? Spaded one, we need Dino Riders to come back. Dang it. Oh, you know what? Put Dino Riders in with G.I. Joe classified, Monster Force, and Action Force, and just let the mayhem ensue. And then get that little dreadnought looking vehicle, get that in there. The world building here is insane. And we've got Dr. Caligari and Dr. Mindbender working on stuff. Plus, we've got Magic with the Forgotten King. A Smilodon with armor is not out of the realm of possibility. Spaded one, that Smilodon has swappable paws and ears, swappable manes too, options galore. I noticed in the, like when I was going through the pictures, the head looked a lot different in some of them. Mr. Martinez, what's going on, Alex? Hello, Dave and Chad. I'm late to the party. That's okay. We're still partying, so you're allowed. John, what was the G.I. Joe version of the ferret called? Was it the Tiger Paw? Is that right? Because didn't they made it a Tiger Force vehicle, right? I think it was Tiger Paw. Anybody help me out if that's not right, or if there's one that's a little more basic. Yeah, this thing's beautiful. I really like the way, like, I mean, it's impressive where the articulation is, how there's just not more space there to help it move some more. That's just crazy. This is a nice looking animal, and I totally missed it. All right, let's close that. Now, I wanted to bring your attention to this. I just saw it today. I think it just went up today. It's a brand new company. It's called Odd Frog Entertainment. And when I clicked Odd Frog Entertainment, this is all that's there. So as far as I know, this is their first thing that they're trying to release. Little something to compete, I guess, or to get into the 112 market. Now, the first thing I notice, and this is terrible, this is just me as the brand marketing guy using my brain here for this stuff, but you don't want to take a picture of the prototype that doesn't fit together. Like the hood here, not lining up, makes a bad first impression. That said, when you go through these pictures, it looks pretty good. I mean, that's a pretty good looking vehicle. And it's obviously trying to go after Ramen's lunch just based on what it is. But it's got some lit up, I think it said lit up headlights. I think it said lit up dash. So you've got a little bit going on here. This is called the Bandito for those playing the home game. Yep, lit up tail lights. So this could end up being a contender if we hear more about this And they start saying, yeah, we just, that was one of the really early prototypes. And here's more pictures that have it where the hood is actually lined up to the vehicle. John, it was the Tiger Paw. Good call. Woohoo! I had something I could answer for once. You bet, John. Let's see. All right. Woo! What's up, Warhawk? Good to see you. Odd Frog is a great group. That's the old prototype. Okay, thank you. That's helpful. Mr. Matson, I will never do business with all. Ooh, they've been trying to get this out for 6 years. Really? This is the first I've seen of it. John, agree on the Bandito. I don't know that it's cheaper enough than the Ramen Racer to get, but I'd consider it on sale. Mr. Matt, they've ripped people off in the past. Oh, really? I genuinely had no idea. I don't know this name at all. See, Bandito is an action vehicle with future add-ons. I forgot to mention that. I did see that in the description. John, or maybe not after what Mr. Madsen just noted. Yeah, I don't know, man. I had never heard that before. 3.75 rules. Hey, man, I got nothing against 3.75. It's just my collection ended up going 112. Good to see you tonight, though. Thanks for stopping by. We're going to have some fun. We'll see. Maybe we'll come across some 3.75 stuff randomly. I did always enjoy it for world building. I do have to say that. But that's what we've got there. And then the very last thing that I got in the pile of loot, and I have to say, this is far more impressive than I thought it was going to be. This is the Undead Builder from the Mythic Legion's Necronominous Wave. And he was $65. Oh, wait, I've got one more to show. But anyway, Undead Builder from the Necronominous Wave. $65. You can basically build this ghost guy and you can build a zombie. I got him to build the zombie, but he came out of the package kind of like this. And I haven't built the zombie because I thought this was so cool. So yeah, man, this might be, if I'm talking Mythic Legions, I kind of really like this Undead Builder guy. I'm thinking this thing is sweet. And then there's one more I have to show you, but let me know, guys. Does anybody else have the Undead Builder? What do you think of it? Because, yeah, it moves really well. It's got great articulation at the elbows, believe it or not. I'm not too worried about it having great articulation at the knees. I don't think it's that great. No, I'd say that's probably just a touch less than 90 at the knees. But the elbows do pretty well. Now I know I've got it up. Hang on. Words that I shouldn't say. So there we go. It's pretty much down. So even though we're not looking at, it doesn't look like a double joint. It looks like it just is engineered very well. So he's got really good elbow range and he's got that nice kooky, spooky look. And I made that noise like he was a zombie. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. I might need more of this guy, which is, of course, a problem. But army builders are good for pictures, and Toypixx is going to start making some serious money. So why not get an Undead Builder? I love it. I think it's fantastic. And it's probably, of all the army builder stuff I've gotten, this pack or this pile of loot, it's probably my favorite one. Just because, like a lot of the Valiver stuff I already have. So it's not like it's new to me. So this one has a new factor too. Mr. Matson, let's see. They said the person who ripped them off isn't there anymore, but the Bandito is why Ace left their company and made his. He didn't in 2. Wow. So Ace was working there, huh? I did not know any of that. Thank you for the info, Mr. Matson. Pixelated, yeah, I just put about $5 on the Bandito back in 2024 to help get it funded. Oh, wow. How have I not heard of this thing? Sci-fi, that's what I got. The Undead Builder for, let's see, sick of zombies. Oh, for I'm sick of zombies. But Spectral Warriors rule. See, okay, I got the reason that, because I'm not a zombie guy, But the reason I got it, actually, besides the army builder kind of thing, is because of this head. I love this head. And I still haven't popped it on because I thought this look was so good. Alex, that Mythic Legions looks cool. I'm still waiting on the brown grizzly bear. Nice. I pre-ordered it last year, early 2024. That thing is going to look sweet when it comes out, man. I think you're going to be pretty stoked about that. Warhawk, no, they didn't rip anyone off. That was a partner that stole from them. Get your facts in. Let's see. The new Bandito ships in January. Well, where we get real funky with all this stuff isn't so much, you get stuff from one side versus another side, like Premium DNA. They said that everybody that was involved with ripping people off left the company, but now Premium DNA seems to be ripping people off. So that's where I think there could be a legit argument. Basically, what's going to have to happen for this, I think, Warhawk, is the Bandito's going to need to come out and it's going to need to blow people away. When that happens, then those kinds of questions can really get answered. Let's see. Oh boy. Yep. Yeah. All right. So there's what we had there. I think what we've got, what do we have? 822. Why don't I show you? Hang on. Anything else? Who remembers Maven Studios? I remember the name, but I don't know why. Help me out, Uncarded. What do we have? Who's Maven Studios? And while you're thinking of that, here is the last one that I got. And I really like this. This thing's going to be probably the backbone of the Toypixx army. But I have to say, to make him the backbone of the Toypixx army is $60 because this is the Phantom Corps Trooper. I'm sorry, we're like 61 or 62 plus tax and shipping. This is the Phantom Corps Trooper from Operation Monster Force and his accessory set, which is why I got the chainsaw with the bloody blade and all that stuff. So I really like him, but I will say where he falls short, and the reason that I think the Undead Builder is my favorite army builder thing that I got is because this guy's shield, you gotta have a hairdryer ready, because if you put the piece on, the part that you can either stick it in the back or you put the part on to put around his arm to shield it, to use as a shield. The shield and that part are both made of hard plastic. So once it snaps in, it ain't coming out there or out of there unless you're sitting there with a hairdryer for at least a minute to try and free them up. And it's kind of a pain. But the worst part is the helmet itself. The helmet is like a really soft plastic, rubbery material, as are the attachments that go in the helmet, like this face mask here that goes in the helmet. The way that attaches in there gets pretty funky. So because they're the same material, you try to freeze one and then plug the other stuff into it, and it doesn't work out great. It's just a pain in the butt. The way they did the helmet sucks, straight up. And this piece, the eyepiece here, is a harder plastic, which for some reason is still kind of tough to get in there, even though it's a different material, but it is easier than doing the rest of this stuff here. So the helmet and the shield are a pain in the butt. The figure on its own doesn't have any problems. It's when you start getting the accessory pack. Now the weapon here, the chainsaw and all that, this stuff is sweet and I love it. And this is the figure that I'll probably get more so I can bogart like from the waist down, put that on Flint, give him some of this crazy loadout type weapons and everything. It's going to look good. It's going to look very cool. And like I said, probably the backbone of the Toypixx army, but it's going to be an expensive backbone. And I'm just going to have to sit here and be ready to put on all this crap because that helmet is a pain in the butt. Fortunately, there are a couple berets that he can wear too, which are totally practical in battle. Just ask Flint. All right, John, you check that Etsy store yet? No. Okay, what's it called, John? Let's check that real quick. Sci-fi, let's see. Plus, I love the look and feel of the leather on the Undead Warrior, Dave. Yeah, the leather look is really cool. Uncarded, they were a really ambitious 1/10 to 1/12 scale figure company. They were releasing the most articulated blank bodies, and a Chinese factory ripped them off. BBTS picked up their molds and released the figures on their own. I did not know that at all, Uncarded. Wow. Let's see. Most Mine custom design. Got it. Okay, let's go check that out. Let's see. Most Mine. Custom design. Okay, we got her. All right. What the heck is that? The Atlas. Sorry, I'm kind of got stuck on this crazy vehicle, the third one there. Oh my, guys. Oh no, but they're using that old logo. That's okay. That looks sweet. Only one left and in 14 carts. So if you guys want this, just jump in and grab it right now. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, so you can plate it however you want. Huh. Okay, that's cool. Just looking at that. Oh, wait, hold on, guys. My bad. It jumped. It jumped into another window. I hate when it does that. Okay, wait a sec. Ah, I hate when I do that. Let's go. Here we go. All right. So it's this outpost here. Yep. Okay, 3 left and in 14 carts. Maybe they're watching the live stream and they thought, oh, we better put more up there. Yeah, this is pretty cool. And this is just the regular, this hasn't even gotten into the vehicles yet. John, this is a great call. All right, hold on. Let me share, let me open another one and then we'll share the screen. I'll do it right this time. Because I was curious about this, the Atlas. What the heck even is this thing? Okay, hang on. Before, all right, $350 plus. Classified scale, Atlas, G.I. Joe, Cobra, Valaverse, Monster. Okay, those are just the keywords. Select an option. Color combo. Oh, okay, so you could get all kinds of color, including custom. That's kind of cool. Wheel option, printed wheels. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's a lot going on with this Atlas here. Let me blow this up a little bit. This thing is insane. It's basically an APC. Wow. Yeah. Okay, this was definitely a good thing to direct us to, John. Let's see, the Atlas was the main reason, but the Merc is cool too. They've got some VTOLs there too, Shadowhawk and Raptor, like a Skyhawk. Okay, all right, let's get out of here. Let's see what I can find. Scrolling. What is... There's way too much that I don't know. I'm glad you guys are all on here. Oh my. All right. Okay, that's nice. Oh, That's got Iron Grenadiers written all over it, doesn't it? Wow. Wow. That's purple. That is really cool. I mean, that is weirdly cool. I wonder, do they have a, oops, is it going to have glass or, like a inlay a little bit, like a translucent thing to go inside there to simulate glass? Oh man, that is just cool. You just can't, there aren't other words for it. There's so much on Etsy if you can find it all. Just this is insane, John. This is a heck of a find, man. All right, guys, it's that time, but I'd say we pretty much ended this on a very high note. We have here Paul. Paul, much appreciated, man. Thanks for getting everybody involved. I didn't even have to say anything. So, yeah. Yeah, this is good. I'm glad we all talked about this. I forgot about the Smilodon. Like, I remembered vaguely that the Smilodon was there, but I needed that reminder and had no idea about the set to make him like a battle cat kind of figure. So, yeah. Huh. Well, enjoy the night, everybody. Hopefully, we haven't all looked at all this stuff and decided we have to spend massive amounts of money to keep our militaries growing because, we don't need our toys to have their own military industrial complex, do we? Or do we? Because this stuff's pretty rad. Anyway, you know the deal. You guys could have done anything tonight. And instead, you chose to come over here and hang out with all of us. And I massively appreciate it. So until next time, have fun. Happy snapping. See ya. This is me hitting end stream, and I'm going to do it again, and things will be awkward. Here it is, second click. We're getting awkward.